What's going on, guys? RCTV here, and today I have another list video for you guys. Today is the top 10 value shooting guards, and I am going on primary position shooting guard. Obviously, if we just say who you'd rather play at shooting guard, there's a lot of small forwards that we could include, but I am including just primary position shooting guards. That way we don't mix up. So before we actually get the list started, if you haven't yet, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and it lets me know you guys enjoy the videos. Before the list gets started, I have an honorable mention for the top 10 value shooting guards. I still believe that Ruby Clay Thompson has a lot of value as a player. A lot of people enjoy using him still. I just didn't include him because, one, there's a Clay already in this list, and two, I just don't know how good he is still. I mean, he's still usable, especially next gen, but with the so at number 10 we have Ruby Eric Gordon. This is a tried and true player. I think people still use his card to this day. He doesn't have a good defense, but he's very quick, which helps. His lateral quickness is a 75, which isn't great, but he has a 92 speed, which is huge. And shooting wise, he has silver range, gold catch and shoot, good corner, has a 93 3 ball. I mean, offensively he's great. Defensively not the best. You have to apply badges, but if you're looking for just a great offensive shooting guard for very cheap, then Ruby Eric Gordon is someone that you want to get. You can get him for like 2800 MT, which is a very good deal. Eric is very good on offense, but there's actually a card similar to him that I have on this list, and I believe that this card is better than Eric, so I put Eric at 10. Number 9 we have Amethyst Daisy Ogman. I think my only issue with this card, one, his shooting badges, you have to apply anything for him to be useful, and two, his shot is terrible. His Pau Gasol shot, it's not good. He also doesn't have a lot of dunks. At 6'8", you should have some good dunks, you know. But defensively, he's an elite budget defender. He has 90 perimeter defense, 87 lateral, decent speed. He could guard the 2 and the 3 with the size. But he's just a very elite defender. That's really all I have to say. He can knock down the 3 if he needs to, but what you're going to use him for is his defense. At number 8 we have Ruby Rex Chapman. This is actually the card I was mentioning earlier in the Eric Gordon part. I think that he's just better than Eric Gordon. His hot zones help a lot, especially on current gen. I like his shot more. Shooting wise, he gets gold range, gold catch and shoot, gold corner, flexible, volume. He can finish well. He can get every defensive badge except clamps and chase down. His speed is an 88, which isn't as good, but like, especially on next gen, not the big a deal with this. He still has an 83 lateral quickness, which helps him a lot. Even without clamps, at least he can keep up a little bit better. His shooting is still great, lights out. Very good release 26. Actually, base 22, which is like the James Worthy, Sam Jones, Darren Williams, and then his upper is a bunch of centers, but the shot's great, I promise. It is funny though that all of his uppers are big men. Coming in at number 7, we have Amethyst Bingo Smith. If you think next gen only, then this card's higher, but current gen isn't as great because the LeBron James release isn't the best on current. Next gen LeBron James's release is amazing, but current gen it's not very good in my opinion. But looking at badges, I mean, really, what can you do? His badges and his stats are great. It's really just that jumper. Next gen, like I said, next gen he's probably 4th or 3rd on this list. But because of how bad his current gen form is, I think that 7's doable. Honestly, from 7 to 1 is kind of subjective, personally. I mean, you can really get any of these guys and rock out with any of them. The shooting guard position is so deep this year that any of these cards are going to be amazing for you. Bingo, you can get Bingo for about 9,800 MT, which is pretty good. I like the card, especially on next gen. Current gen, he's good. Next gen though, he's honestly really good on next gen. Number 6, we have our first sniper of the list, Dill Curry. He really is a sniper. 96 3 ball, Hall of Fame catch and shoot with gold range and gold hot zone hunter, has hot zones all around the corner. Defensively, he can get any badge if you want him to get one. Decent lateral quickness, good speed. He doesn't really dunk well, but if you need a card to just shoot, I mean, Dell is your guy. He really does hit any shot he takes almost. I mean, on current gen, sometimes I've had to play this card, and he'll make 80% of his shots. Like, he just doesn't miss. He really doesn't. A very, very good card offensively. Defensively, he can hold his own, but he's your sniper. I mean, if, like, let's say you run a 5-out or something, you pass to the shooting guard, he's gonna hit from wherever he is, as long as you know a shot, obviously. But just shooting, he's crazy. He's really, really good at shooting. That's his best thing, is shooting. He can finish kind of, but that's a lot of shooting badges for an amethyst that is actually cheaper than bingo. Remember, when we talk about value, we also talk about the MT count, not just how good they are. But he's very, very good. At number 5, we have Ruby Matisse Thybulle. This card is just, he's a defensive, or he's a 3-and-D specialist. I mean, that's really what he is. He can't really dunk. He doesn't have a great like finishing attribute. He can get no finishing badges, but he has enough to shoot from 3, decent 3-ball, good speed, can get other playmaking badges. But look at his defense: gold clamps, gold heart crusher, golden interceptor, gold intimidator, reflexes, off-ball pass, pick dodger, pickpocket, Tyler's defender, and trapper. But if you compare this to some other 3-and-D cards, I mean, he's really, really good. And honestly, he has a really good jumper too. He has the Brian Scalabrine base with the Rudy Gobert, Derek Coleman upper. It's a good shot. It really is. Yeah, he can. And the funny thing is, he gets a lot of Showtime dunks, but doesn't actually like. So when we get a better Matisse Thybulle, he's gonna be really, really good. However good he is. I also want to mention, look at the defensive stats. Look at his steal, perimeter defense, lateral quickness, pass perception. I mean, 3-and-D, he's your guy. And you can get him for like 5,000 MT. I mean, so on top of how good he is. Okay, now number 4 through 1 are extremely just, it's what you want, because all these cards are very, very good for what they do. At number 4, we have Tyler Hero. The only thing about him is he's going for 20k around, because he's so good. So if you have the MT, get him, obviously. But value-wise, if you don't have 20k and you want a shooting guard, probably not the guy you want to try and get his badges, right? He doesn't get any defensive badges. He doesn't come with any finishing. However, he can get clamps. You can give him like clamps and intimidator, and then you can give him like slithery finisher, and probably I'd probably give him like slithery finisher and like maybe like acrobat or relentless finisher. But his shooting, he's ridiculous with shooting. I mean, like, look at this. Right, he has the Trae Young base, release 150, which is a Steve Nash upper. It's on quick timing. He's quick, he can shoot, and next gen his leaner is green. Be a little biased, he might be a little high, but Amethyst Michael Cooper, I feel, is still pretty valid. I mean, maybe not as much as it used to be, but like, he was the first card to give you Hall of Fame clamps. He can shoot the 3, he can finish occasionally. He has a great jumper. He has the like the Gordon Hayward type, Del Curry type base. Decent dunks. He is 6'5" with a 6'8" wingspan, and I just feel like he's really good at playing defense and shooting, and I think he plays better defense than Matisse Thybulle, because his lateral quickness is a little bit better. And with shooting, he can get stuff like you can give him hot zone if you want. You can get green machine. His shot's really green, so that'd be useful. Volume shooter, decent. But just defensively, he's just really, really solid. And for under 10,000 MT now, which is great. You know, Hall of Fame clamps played for under 10,000. That's a pretty good deal in my opinion. He's not gonna rebound. He will not rebound for you. But otherwise, I think he's still a very, very viable and great card. Number 2, we have one of my favorite shooting guards, Ruby Nick Anderson. I still like this card. Is just he's insane. He comes with gold range, gold hot zone, gold catch and shoot. He can upgrade his flexible, but comes with silver flexible. He has bronze clamps, silver pick dodger, but he has enough defense to at least play it a little bit. But he can finish, and he can shoot. He has great dunks, and his shot is absolutely amazing. He has the Rick Fox base with the John Starks upper. It just his shots just great. I mean, it really is. Especially at next gen, lights out. Current gen still lights out. And you can get him for so cheap. Like, he's the same price as Eric Gordon about. So the fact that he's so cheap, it's hard to pass up on Nick Anderson if you have over 4,000 MT. It's just, in my opinion, it's impossible to pass up on that deal. Number 1, we have Amethyst Klay Thompson. He is pretty expensive. He's like 25k, but when you have a card that's under 30k that is still viable in like a competitive scene, like that's pretty good. He has an absolutely great shot, Hall of Fame catch and shoot, silver range, great on the defense, 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan. You can kind of dunk, great perimeter defense, great lateral quickness. I think people love him the most because of his shot and his ability to play defense. I mean, just looking at this badges, he really is complete on defense. I guess if you wanted to, you could add like chase down, but because he comes with clamps, he comes with hard crusher, intimidator, defensive leader. Like, he comes with pick dodger. He comes with everything you want for an on-ball defender. But like I've said, you can really go. I mean, this is my preference, but I think all these cards have great value for where you find them. Maybe the only one is Stacy, because his shot's not very good. But if you need a defender, he's great. But all the cards really have their own use and own value. You get to decide, obviously, because you're buying it. This is just kind of an opinion of mine on things that might be able to help you if you're looking for a certain budget card and you need a good value for a shooting guard. Always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. Comment any ideas you might have, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.